right, so here we go. This is our Hyundai Azera 2008. She just finished her second run. We are in the pole barn. It is almost midnight, and there's another derby less than 2 days from now. And tomorrow I'm taking the kids to the park all day, so we are going to see if this old girl's got another run into her. She had a broken, it's this strut support here. You can see right there, she broke. This should be slid back a little, but it's that piece. So we're gonna see if we can get that from a salvage yard. Everything else is fine. The rest of the ball joint, the strut itself, like all that's fine. It's just that one piece broke. That wasn't what took us out. She just got too hot. So she refired later. So we are gonna pull all this chaos out from the motor, kind of look her over, make sure nothing's broke. I don't believe it is. Get some more kind of fresh water in her and check the fluids and everything real quick, just like the oil net. And then we'll fire up here after we get all that chaos off the front. In the back and with the hood, it's so mangled, it was kind of bent in the middle. You can see again my seat belts there, which did the job. They did great. Kept the front of the hood tight as we were smashing her up. But I'll take off the hood if we are able to run her again. And same thing back here. I will just cut the trunk lid off and see if we can beat that up a little, but it's going to be a quick turnaround if we can get that part and hopefully throw her in the pit again. So just a brief first look here as we're late at night. We're going to pull off some stuff and then tomorrow morning see if we can find what we need in the scrap yard. And here we are the next morning, still early, but we got our tore up what was left of the core support around the frame rails off, and we got the tore up bumper, and again, she is good. This here, I'm not totally sure if this went all the way through. There's two little like pricks there. I'm gonna check. And I'm actually, I think, we're gonna see if we can figure out if the thermostat is right inside there, and we'll gut that out. But yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna nick straight across these, and then we'll beat these plates as straight as we can so that I can not only, and this one here, I mean, we'll try to hammer out the framer, but I'm not sure if it'll turn much. But we'll do the same thing, cut this off so I can get my Caravan bumper up front, and we'll be able to weld a 3-inch plate over top with those cut off, so it'll be nice and flush from the bumper to the frame rail. Motor, I'm pretty sure she got so hot that the pistons are wrapping the side. I mean, she's got kind of a tap to her, but she does indeed run. Still got oil, I mean old used oil. So we'll pull off the hood, just take it right at the bolts, and then just show the wheel here. And there we have it. And this guy right here, which is in essence the spindle aspect, and it runs up and bolts right there. I'm gonna take it off now. That's all we broke. The whole bottom piece, the strut in essence, the shock. Again, it's kind of a unique setup with these Hyundai, although it is mostly all aluminum. But that's good. The CV shaft's engaged. And again, I actually watched the video real quick. It was a couple minutes in that we lost, and a kid kind of came from an angle and we were slightly turned, and he got into our front wheel at the corner of his bumper, and you can see that it broke it then, but it stayed engaged the rest of the derby. Again, that didn't take us out. It was still driving. The CV shaft was still engaged. She just got too hot and she was pulling on the battery, and that was it. So that's what we're doing. Just walk around real quick here now that it's in the daylight. We're sitting outside of our garage. Again, we'll nick the trunk off there. If I have any time, I'll try to kind of beat that up a little bit more, but I'm probably just going to leave it as is, as I don't have a lot of time trying to get this turned over. Again, I'm taking the kids for one more fun swim park day. Let's get her. So yes, indeed, we are back inside the Derby garage. It is now the morning of the Crawford County Fair, and wouldn't you know it, this wheel, so again, that piece of the strut, if you will, support is broke. But I watched the Derby video of the run, and it was broke for a solid 15 minutes. But because the weight of the car was keeping the wheel just like it is now, it continued to drive. It was a little hard for Hudson to maneuver, I could tell. And you could feel now and then, you know, if we turned too hard, a vibration, like it was fighting us. But that's how we're going to do it. And the main reason we're going to do it like that is because of right here. Whenever I looked it over, unfortunately, we have a cracked transmission mount there. So you're talking, it's leaking. I mean, it's still driving, but it is a leak whenever you're shifting. So We are going to have a quick run in the youth with the Crawford County Fair. Let my son get out there and show his buddies, get a hard hit or two, hopefully, and then she's probably going to tap out. So I'm just going to real quick kind of finish a couple things here. We're just going to cut the top of the frame rail, kind of this plate here off, so we can use our 3-inch plate to get at least a modest grip, so that he at least has a nose. This frame rail, though, is really beyond repair. It's buckling, it's splitting, and it's almost on the tranny, but at least hold together there for, again, we're talking 2 to 3 minutes, 4 or 5 hits, pin it, bud, and, you know, that's it. Gonna take off the hood, and then same thing back here. Gonna just cut off the arms of the trunk so it's off, so you can easily see, and that's it. So final look here until we have a finished product, hopefully in the early morning on the trailer. Let's do it. And here we are, one more time. Gonna throw her in the pit. It is the morning of the Derby, Crawford County Fair, August 23rd, 2025. And you can see we do indeed have a wheel that is hurting. However, it is still engaged, that CV shaft. And again, took the hood off. You can see my patchwork, small 3-inch plate on each top. I had to, in my defense, I had to patchwork, almost rebuild part of the, because of the gap between, you know, I have it flush, but the gap between the bumper, I put in some old bolts there. Again, a trick that I've shared with me with a buddy. Put in some old bolts there to fill the space and at least get enough, you know, of a decent weld around there to fill in a lot of space. You can see the frame rail bent, but we are not planning on a long run. If we can get her into the pits, you can see she's leaking tranny oil. Again, you can really see now there the tranny is cracked. We're gonna baby her into the pit. She's leaking oil, but we're gonna get her in there hopefully and have hopefully a handful of good hard hits, and my son will get to ride his car in the Crawford County Fair, and a bunch of his buddies or local people be able to see him. Even though she's pretty used up, again, 2 good runs in her already, a 2nd place trophy, 2 good features for youth. What was it, 10 at Mercer Grange, he ran and got 2nd, and then 14. Again, we ran for almost 20 minutes and just missed trophies there. Just took off, again, just nicked the, you can see the arms of the trunk, nothing else. Put air back in all the tires. Again, like to run them hard as possible. I think that helps, you know, as they're getting pressed in, they don't pop as much. Guy told me that a while ago, and I absolutely agree. But you can see, again, a lot of carnage, but this wheel is completely intact. That's actually my last, came with 4 of those wheels. That's the last one we have. The other one has a slow leak. This is the last one. The other 2 were tore up, 1 in each of the 2 runs. So again, you can see the carnage. She's hurt. She's bleeding internally, you could say. Again, in particular that frame rail, you can see how she's folded up there. Not super tough. That is, you know, again, the Hyundai, not your upper elite Derby car, in particular the frame rails. But we think, I mean, I personally think they're a tough car. And again, this girl's been through 2 runs, 2 stock runs, and did a great job. So loop line again, right here is the thermostat. I should have gutted it last time. I don't know why I didn't. I spaced out. It literally took 5 minutes. Unbolt it, take out the thermostat again, gut it out so it just cycles. So she's filled with water and some fabric softener, and hopefully ready to go. So again, not expecting a long run, hoping to get her in the pits, hoping she holds on for maybe 2 or 3 good minutes, maybe a handful of hard hits, have some fun. My son gets to drive his car. We'll put the American flags back on it whenever we get in to the pits, and we'll see what we got. Worst case scenario, we get to just be a part of the pits and watch the Derby, and we'll record, of course, for the drivers, but we'll see.